Everybody wants some blast of magic, 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 magic. Look up the magic in me.
Welcome back to Bob's Magic Emporium on this fine Wednesday. It's time for another episode of Magician 101, the show for all magicians. We got a lot of great questions this week. We're going to jump right into them. So let's get started. Remember to post your questions down below for next week. Taylor Lunsford Magic has the first question. Hey Bob, I was wondering, what do you think is better? David Regal's Clarity Box or the box by Mark Southworth? Thanks. All right, the box is a brand new trick that's hit the market. It's by Mark Southworth, and I actually have the picture of it here in this Geeky Times. Magic Geek's newest Geeky Times for this month. What am I doing? This way, yeah. Okay, it's this one right here. That's the box. That's the picture of it. And the box is where you take a bill, you vanish it in a puff of, in a ball of flame, and it appears inside of a bag. And the box is inside of this bag. The spectator has been holding the whole time. And the Clarity Box is this dude right here by David Regal. And the Clarity Box, you take a card, you have it signed, you have it lost in a deck, you really do lose it, like you can't find it, and then it appears inside of this box. There's a card that's been shown there the whole time, you dump the card out, and it's their signed card that they think's been sitting in the box the whole time. I really like the Clarity Box. Why? Because the box by Mark Southworth is actually just using only bills. You can only use bills. With the Clarity Box, it comes with gimmicks to use red-backed cards like I have here. You can change it to a blue-backed card. You can change it to a dollar bill or some kind of currency, or a mentalism prediction like a folded-up card, a business card, or an index card, something like that. So that's why I like this one better, because you can switch out your the box so you can have different uses for it. Versus this one that's only used for money. So, and not everybody does fire things either. And so, yeah, not everybody does fire tricks. All right, and speaking of fire tricks, Nick Penny has this to say. Hey, Bob, congrats on completing your 365-day Magic Challenge. And by the way, Nick Penny's in the middle of the 365-day Magic Challenge as well. He's on day number 150-something or whatever. I don't have the exact day right here, but he's going strong with that. So go check out his 365-day Magic Challenge. He says, my question is, how many shows do you think you do a year? And I was just curious of your age. I'm 25. I'm 24. And lastly, do you do anything with fire, flash paper, or whatnot? Since I haven't seen any, I'm guessing no. All right, so I'm 24, turning 25 in August. I don't do anything with fire or flash paper. Just never got... Oh, I do I'm an idiot. The intro to Magician 101 has me doing the fire wallet. So I do the fire wallet. I don't use it in any of my shows. I got it. I think the fire wallet that I have, I talked about it when I did the fire wallet for the 365-day Magic Challenge. I actually said I think mine was defective because it doesn't work properly, and now it's like broken. So I haven't got another one because I'm not really into all the fire stuff anyways, like flash paper, fire. I would love to try flash paper though, but I've never gotten any. But I'd love to maybe get some one day. And he also wants to know, how many shows do I do in a year? It varies. Last year was the first year I actually had a constant weekly gig with doing the farmer's market every Saturday from May to November. So that's the first time I actually had some kind of gig where I was doing something weekly. And so that I did a show from May 4th until the weekend right before Thanksgiving. So I was doing shows at the farmer's market every Saturday from like 10 to 2, I believe it was what it was. So I was there doing close-up magic, basically strolling for the whole 10 to 2. So it really depends. But in a given year, it depends every year. Also, how hard I hit the magic scene as well. Depends on how much I try to get out there and promote myself. So it depends every year. So some years I might do 30 or 40. Some years I may do 20. So, or less than 20 or more than 40. So it really all depends. All right. But yes, I did used to do a fire trick, the fire wallet at the beginning of Magician 101. So I do some fire, but not all the time. The Magician PR has this to say. I'm considering putting an escape trick on my show. I'm thinking of Tony Clark's In-N-Out Rope Escape or the Houdini Chain Shackle Escape. Help me choose one of them. All right. I looked at the demos for both of these. Well, actually, I know about the Chain Shackle Escape. I didn't know about Tony Clark's In-N-Out Rope Escape. I like that the best. If you don't know what that is, It's where you have a jacket, some kind of jacket, and a rope. The spectators check out the rope and the jacket. They tie your hands behind your back, and you tell them, okay, we're going to escape out of the rope. Put the rope in front of me, please. Actually, up a little higher. Thank you very much. And one hand comes out, and you can do something like you can shake their hand, or you can lift your jacket up, whatever. You put the hand behind your back, you turn around, and you show that everything is still all tied up. And you can have them check the rope is still tied, and then you say, okay, actually, move over just a little bit. And then when you're ready to escape, you escape out of it. You escape out of the rope and everything like that. I like that one the best. But the Houdini Chain Shackle Escape's good too. So, but I like using, a lot of times when I do my magic, not all the time, because I do use stuff that, I break this rule sometimes, but I do like to try to use things, if I can, props that people know what they are. So, like decks of cards. Everybody knows decks of cards. People don't know, like, this big shackle thing. They don't know what it is. They think, oh, it's a magic prop. If you have rope and they can examine the rope before the show, they say, I know what this is. I know what this is. This is rope. And they know exactly what it is. So if you can have them examine the rope and have them examine the jacket, they'll know and be familiar with these props. Versus saying, oh, that's just some magic prop you got at a magic shop. So definitely I would go with the Tony Clark's In and Out Rope Escape. But there's also a trick that I've seen a local magician do. We have a meetup once a month. It's a group of magicians. There's 4 magicians who run this kind of club. It's not really a club, but I'll talk about more what it is in a minute. You might have heard some of the producers of the show. There's Barry Wood, Mark Phillips, Brian Curry, and Bob Sheets. These are the 4 magicians. Bob Sheets is really famous too. But anyways, these 4 magicians live in the DC metro area, and they put on a show once a month. This little theater near my house, and they have magicians come from across the country, and they have magicians who live here perform as well, and they perform about once a month. One of the producers, his name is Mark Phillips, does a smoking jacket escape where he has a pair of trick cuffs. I know their trick. Other magicians know their trick cuffs. Laymen don't. But anyways, he locks himself up and he puts himself inside of a smoking jacket a la straight jacket. So he'll put his arms in this way and they'll be lashed around like this, and he'll have like this kind of mailbag type thing, or like a big curtain. He lifts up over his, or 2 spectators look up over his head, and he drops it, and when he turns around, he'll still be like shackled, but the jacket will be on top of his head. Or like one arm will be free and the other arm is still inside the jacket, or sometimes the jacket's under his legs and it kind of like he's in this weird awkward position. It's the smoking jacket escape. Definitely check out that one too. I think that's kind of expensive, but it's still really cool though. It looks like a really good one. Alright. And the Thought of Magic says, I found out red is an exact copy of New Wave prediction by Bob King just a few months ago, and I'm very mad to say the least. And Craig Petty, today on the Wizard Product Review, which is today, which is the 17th or whatever today's date is, he actually did a personal apology on the Wizard Product Review saying, I'm sorry if I stole somebody else's trick blatantly. I didn't realize it. We're so sorry. And still, I don't know if I get red or not. I'm not sure. It still looks like a really cool trick, though. If you don't know what it is, we talked about it last week. Go check it out. And he also says, I recently received Decoy by Orrin O'Hare, and the gimmick is very fragile, and I wouldn't carry it around in my pocket, and the front of the deck looks fake, but the sides look cool. So check that out, too. Decoy, you know, that's another magician helping out other magicians. But that's the Thought of Magic, but he does have a question this week. He says, do you know of any routines that have multiple phases and, any card routines that have multiple phases and killer ending? Thanks. Alright, this is actually really hard because I don't actually do any card tricks, I think, that have multiple phases and a killer ending. There are some out there that have 2 phases maybe, but they're pretty good. One of them I really like is Chris Ballinger's Forced Outcome. That only has 2 phases, but it's got a really great ending. If you don't know what Forced Outcome is, it's where you have a deck of cards, spectator selects a card, you are going to say, let me find your card. You turn it over, it's not their card. You say, oh, it's not? Oh. You say, well, I get 52 guesses. I do a joke anyways. But anyways, you do 4 guesses, and each of the 4 cards are wrong. So they're not their card, and then you turn over you have them point to a card, you turn it over, and boom, it's their card. The card they didn't see when you showed them the 4. It's really cool. That's a good one. Another good one that has some multiple endings and a killer routine. Killer ending, 6-card repeat. Now, you got to work on the ending for 6-card repeat. This is the version by El Capitan Magic in association with Magic Geek. And this one comes with everything you need to perform the deck, or perform the trick. You get gimmicked cards. The cool thing is you do the 6-card repeat. I think it's like 5 times maybe in this, where you say I have 6 cards, take away 3, I still have 6. You do that a couple times, and then at the end, you can actually, there is a way Chris Ballinger talks about on the DVD where you can end clean, where you can hand out the 6 cards for examination or as a souvenir or whatever. And it's really cool. So you're using gimmick cards, but then you can end clean. So that's a really great way, because people might think that. They might be like, wait a second, maybe he's using some kind of gimmicked cards or something like that. And then when you hand out the cards at the end, they can check them out to the heart's content. A really good one, I actually found it on Magic Geek. I was surprised. I thought only my local magic shop sold it before they went out of business. It's Barry Taylor's Guess Again Revelation. I did this for the 365-day Magic Challenge. This has like 4 phases. It's a kind of a Monty style effect, but you don't have to play it as Monty. I don't play this as a Monty style effect. I just kind of play it as a guessing game. I just say, let's play a little guessing game. But this is a really cool trick. Magic Geek sells this. I was surprised to see this on Magic Geek. It's called Guess Again Revelation. It comes with all the necessary cards you need to perform the trick. Barry also talks about, by the way, if you don't know who Barry Taylor is, he used to run my local magic shop, Barry's Magic Shop. He ran it for 30 years, and then he closed down because he retired from the magic selling business. Now he's just performing every once in a while here and there. He's comfortably retired, as they say. But anyways, that's Barry Taylor on the back. That's him right there in the Hawaiian shirt, right here on the left-hand side. That's him. Let's see if I can get a little closer here. That's Barry Taylor. If you ever get a chance to meet him, he is like super cool. He's super funny and super cool. He taught me everything I know about magic. He's helped me in my magic career. But anyways, this routine, you can do phase 1 or you can do the whole entire routine, but basically the queen is always jumping like in a Monty style effect. Say, where's the queen? It's not there. Or whatever cards you get. I have Jack, the Jack of Spades is my card, but you might get the queen. Each packet of cards is different. And it's a fun routine with no repeated sleight of hand moves. Phase 1 has no sleight of hand involved. I mean, there's like this much sleight of hand. I mean, it's not hard. Even the paper cut kind of magicians can do it. But then you go into the harder routines where the sleight of hand becomes a little more difficult. But it's still kicker because Barry does a really cool presentation where you open up you have a swap wallet. You open it up and he says, have I shown you a picture of my kids? And they're little goats, because little baby goats are called kids. And he says, see my kids? And it's really funny. But anyways, he's really cool. So check that out. You can actually go to Barry's Magic Shop. Oh, I can't remember the link. But anyways, there's a link. No, he doesn't have it up anymore. But anyways, you can probably find the link online. If you punch in Guess Again Revelation, you can probably find the demo of it. I think he has it on his YouTube page, Barry's Magic Shop YouTube page. But anyways, it's a really great routine. You can get it off Magic Geek. I think I saw it on Penguin as well, so you can definitely get it off there. So definitely check that out. It's Guess Again Revelation. And another great one, doesn't have it's not really a multiple phase routine. It has 2 phases, is Crosswords by Mark Mason. That's where you have 2 cards that say yours, 2 cards say mine. You make the yours and mine switch places. Then you turn one of yours over so the spectators can see both cards say yours. You give it a shake and it visually turns into mine. Really great trick. So check out a few of those. Those are really cool. All right, Brendan Shepard Studios wants to know, in the December 2013 Geeky Times, what is the Magic Geek VIP? All right, so if you don't know what this is, let me show you the Geeky Times. Down here in the corner, it says, coming soon, Magic Geek VIP, a new way to shop for Magic. Brendan, I'm sorry, I don't know what this is about. I do not work for Magic Geek, so I do not know anything about the goings-on inside of Magic Geek. Only what they share with us, their customers. Only what they share. So very soon, I'm sure will let us know about what this VIP thing is. Speaking of Magic Geek has a new instant download on their website. I was trying to think of the word. And it was one that I suggested that they do. So Chris Ballinger has made a brand new instant download. Go check it out. It's $5.99. And it's how to do the perfect Pharaoh Shuffle. So if you always wanted to know how to perfectly faro a deck of cards, which, of course, if you don't know what that means having one card in between each other. So it goes card, all the way. All 52 are perfectly interlaced between each other. You can go check that out. Newest download, $5.99. Just came out today. And Brennan Shepard also wants to know, and what tricks besides the nest of boxes and the straitjacket escape for a kid's show? So he wants to know for an ending. Let's see. Those are the two that I do. As I talked about, I have them up here. The nest of boxes and my straitjackets in the closet over there. What else would be good for an ending? Just something that would be really, that would play up really, really big. I guess maybe you could do the Hippity Hop Rabbits. It really all depends on how you would structure your own show as well. Any trick can really be an ender. First of all, for enders, you want people to know the show is over. So you want to tell people, this is my final trick. You also want something that's going to give a punch. You don't want to do a SpongeBob trick as an ender. Some people do, but you don't want to do it for a kid's show because it's not going to pack a punch unless you do something really, really cool with a SpongeBob routine. But if you want something that's really going to pack a punch, leave a lasting impression. Another one could be the multiplying Pringles or multiplying bottles. That's a good one to do for an ending for a kid's show. You could do, trying to think, maybe a dream bag routine could be a final one if you set it to a piece of music or something. It's hard because those are the ones that get me that they really do end my show. The nest of boxes and the straitjackets. I'm trying to think of what else that I own that maybe would be a good ender. Wow, I don't really know. I'll have to think about it a little bit more. Maybe I'll answer that next week. I'll have to think about it a little bit more. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it a little bit more. But yeah, but I would maybe say like the multiplying Pringles or multiplying bottles, something like that, maybe. Brendan Shepard also wants to know what two tricks give you the most joy to perform? Angry Sponges, Mad Sponges. I have it right here. Mad Sponges. Or Chris Ballinger's Forced Outcome. So, very cool. And what trick do you teach the kids? I talked about it that I say when I teach kids magic, I'll teach them an easy trick. The one I do, and I'll teach it really quickly right here. You need the 9 of diamonds, the 9 of hearts, and the 6 of hearts and the 6 of diamonds. So, let's see. I can't find them. 6 of hearts, 9 of hearts, and I need the 6 of diamonds. Let's see. Do I have the 6 of diamonds in here somewhere? 6 of diamonds. There we go. Okay, so what you do is your 9 of hearts goes on the bottom, 6 of diamonds goes on top, and then you have your other 2 cards sitting on your table. You don't draw attention to the suit. You just say, I have a 6 and a 9. 6 and a 9. And remember, your other 6 and your other 9 are at the top and bottom of your deck. Then you say, okay, I'm going to place the 1 6 inside of the deck. You can see it really going down in there. I don't usually do this unless I can cover that. If I can cover the front card like this, then I will. I'll say I'm going to push that card down, or you can turn the deck down like this. Have your spectator push the card in. You show the 9. Remember, don't call attention to the suits. Just say 6 and 9. You put the 9 down in there like this, and then you take the deck, grip it in your hands like this, thumb on top, rest of fingers curled on the bottom. You go 1 toss, 2 like this. You just go like this, toss them into your hands, and there's the 6 and the 9 back. And it's like you found the 6 and the 9 in a magical way. So that's a trick I teach the kids. So remember, all it is putting the duplicate 6 and the duplicate 9, top and bottom. Other 2 go in the deck, and then you just toss it like that. And that's the trick I teach the kids. All right, and Jay Brothwick got the final question. He says, hey, mate, hope you are well. So what do you think of the Strong Box by Joe Proper trick? It looks cool. All right, so the Strong Box. I actually forgot to look this up. I really did. I think the Strong Box is... I want to say it's the one that I'm sure it's not the right trick that I'm thinking of. And I should have looked this up. I knew I forgot to look something up. But anyways, the Strong Box, I believe, is where you take the a box and you have like a big burly man come up on stage. You put a silk inside the box, a little lightweight silk. You have the man try to lift up the box and he can't. Like it feels like it's 5,000 pounds. And then you take the silk out, you have a little girl come up or something like that, some little weak person, and they can lift that box straight up. It's great, it gets a lot of laughs. That may not be the Strong Box. But what I'll do is I will definitely look up the Strong Box for you, Jay, next week. I'm so sorry about that. I will, please, actually, Jay, if you have any other questions, post them in the comments below, and also remind me to say, please look up the Strong Box, and I will for you next week, if that's not the trick that I'm thinking of. It might be something else, but if that's not the right trick, post Strong Box in the comments so I remember, and also post whatever question you have next week. And he also says, what new magic shows have you got coming up, you got up and coming? Thanks, mate. Wow, I can't read. Okay, anyways, the I don't have any shows coming up, unfortunately, because of Christmas is just winding down. I do work at a retail store, work at the Hallmark store, and we've had Christmas craziness, so I'm trying to now start to get back into promoting myself now that Christmas is over. So hopefully I'll start getting more shows, but I'm definitely going to contact the farmers market again. When they actually have their 2014 applications online, and I will contact them and say, I was performed last year, can I do it again this year? And hopefully they'll tell me yes. So we'll see about that. But I'll let you know if I get any new shows coming up here soon. I will definitely let you know. So that's this week's Magician 101. Again, sorry about your question, Jay. I knew there was one thing I forgot to look up before I started filming. I couldn't remember what it was, and it was your Strong Box question. All right, so that's this week's Magician 101. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week for an all-new Magician 101. Post your questions down below. And I pour it right inside of here, and notice that the milk, of course, you get the 2 tubes, and you get a certain amount of bottles. Let me grab one of the bottles.
He was on a roll with hole-in-one. Not only did he sink the putt on his first shot, but he also got the $500